Welcome back to another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. My name's TJ. Please like, share, and subscribe. And at the behest of Mac, I am to remind all our viewers that if we attain 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, we will have a raffle giveaway. We will have 3 winners, and each winner, will receive a $50 gift card to the establishment of their choice. And this is just our way of thanking everyone for your support of this grassroots channel out of the Great Lake state of Michigan. And speaking of Michigan, here in the Detroit metropolitan area, late yesterday we got 2 inches of snow. And this was our first real significant snowfall here in the Detroit metropolitan area. Other areas up north have already gotten snow. They always get snow. For those not unaware of Michigan weather, if you live anywhere what we define as up north, inches and feet of snow, and they're already getting pounded up in the north there. So anyways, in this segment, I'm going to talk about a series of articles that I read in the Gateway Pundit. As many of you know, that's my favorite website. And as I read these articles, I kind of pieced together a picture here, and it's going to revolve around next year, 2022 midterm elections. Once we get into, I don't know, March, April, May, it's going to get everyone's going to get it on, with the whole midterm thing. So with that in the back of our minds, I'd just like to reference the articles and the titles of these articles and just quickly comment on what I see here. First one, it came out November 26th at 1:45 p.m. and the title was "Joe Biden bans travel from South Africa, 7 other African nations due to highly transmissible COVID variant." We got a new COVID variant coming out now, and it looks like it's coming out of South Africa. Okay, highly transmissible and vaccine resistant. So Joe Biden's response was he restricted travel from 7 countries in southern Africa: South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, Malawi. And I know I butchered a couple of these countries up, so forgive me. If it's so important to see their names, you can go to the article. Like I said, Gateway Pundit, November 26th, 1:45 p.m. So, and then something to keep in mind, and the article mentions this during for the 2020 run up to the 2020 elections. Joe Biden was calling Trump a xenophobe for imposing travel restrictions at that time because of the COVID outbreak. So here we got President Brandon doing the same thing. He was calling President Trump a xenophobe for. Okay. Next article, and it came out November 26th at 10:32 p.m. and it was titled "Due to the seriousness of the new Omicron," and I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'll explain why here in a bit. The new Omicron COVID variant, Biden administration has decided to leave the U.S. southern border completely open. They were being sarcastic here, and it was kind of going off of the previous article where he's banned travel to these 7 South African nations, but has made no effort at all of locking down the border on Mexico. So a little bit of sarcasm there. You have to understand that sarcasm was employed there. Okay. This next article I found pretty interesting. WHO, World Health Organization, skips next Greek letter after NU, new, in naming the new COVID variant. Now, I'm assuming the Gateway Pundit here is correct, but I guess according to WHO, World Health Organization, they were following the Greek alphabet in assigning names to these COVID variants. Well, after new, this latest COVID variant, the next Greek letter was XE. I, as in Xi, as in the name of the dictator of communist China, Xi. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Xi Jinping or something to that effect. So the WHO has decided to skip that Greek letter because they don't want to offend the communist dictator over there in China. So they moved ahead they skipped Xi and went to Omicron. Okay? I don't know, I couldn't have made that up. Next article that caught my attention. Let's see. Next page. Page 2, as Paul Harvey would say. Came out November 26th, 10:32 p.m., and it says, due to the seriousness of the new Omicron COVID variant, the Biden administration has decided to leave the U.S. southern border completely open. Again, just another follow-up article in that they've made no efforts to secure our southern border. Okay? Then the next one. It came out November 27th at 11:30 a.m., and the title was called It's Coming. New York Governor Hochul, H-O-C-H-U-L, the new governor, has declared a state of emergency due to the Omicron variant. And this governor has declared a state of emergency, and there they go again. I mean, what else can you say? All right. Then the next article, the headline article, and I learned a little something here, and a little surprising. Former physician to the president, he says, here comes MEV, midterm election variant, and he's referring to the Omicron COVID variant. Democrats need excuse for mail-in voting. Will do anything to cheat. Well, here we go. It's we got midterms coming up. We need more irregularities. Okay, so and this physician to the president, he was physician to President Obama and President Trump. He retired from that, and now he's a Republican representative, and he is from the 13th district in Texas, and he's a Republican in the House of Representatives, and it sounds like he's a Trump guy. Page 3. Next article. It references a monologue that Tucker Carlson did, where Tucker Carlson asks, and he asks this rhetorically, how will America survive 3 more years of Joe Biden? That's a real good question. How can we, as in no one sees how we can. Okay? And finally, the last article, last title, Democrats scramble to find party's message for midterms. Strategist says, too late, we're effed. And they said they used the letter F with some asterisks and then ED. Okay? And this article came out November 27th, 11:16 p.m. And it doesn't keeps the source anonymous, but it says, following the passage of the social spending package on Friday, one Democrat strategist who advises major donors said, too late, we're fornicated. Past tense. Okay? So what I wanted to do here in this segment is clearly this new this Omicron COVID variant, it's going to be weaponized just like the original COVID variant was in 2020. All signs point to that. You better believe it's going to happen here in Michigan. The only reason why I'm holding out any hope is we're not going to get so caught off guard like perhaps we might have last time. They're a little worried that they couldn't employ any irregularities in Virginia. They're freaked out over Democrats are freaked out over what happened in Virginia. And when you think about it, if it wasn't for some hanky-panky irregularities in New Jersey, I think we took New Jersey too, because the Democrat just barely won that one. You know what? Yeah, right. Okay, no one believes that. I mean, well, Democrats might believe it, but I certainly don't. So here we go again, and it's just like Dr. Ronnie Jackson was saying. They're going to use this. They're going to weaponize it, and I made a comment in a previous segment Mac and me were in, and I made reference to a close election as a lost election. So, in some regard, I guess I'm a little hopeful in that we so overwhelmingly take the House that maybe that gives us some leverage over getting all this turned around. But my gosh, this it's going to be a heck of a ride, man. It's going to be a heck of a ride, and we'll see what happens. Especially with this new Omicron COVID variant, and I'll tell you what, it just surprised the heck out of me that they would up and skip a letter so as not to offend the dictator of China. The letter in the Greek alphabet. So that's all I got. And I know I rambled here a bit, so if you hung tough, thanks everyone, and we'll catch you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.